Welcome back, Hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, the G-Rank hunts, with this week's theming is basically the Week of Rage or the Week of Anger, because the three monsters we're going to take on today are all kind of pissed off versions of their usual selves, and we're going to start the full trio off with the first one to have debuted, which is going to be a Furious Rajang. So for that, we're going to go for an ice build, as well as a different type of hunting style that I've been using it a little bit on a certain deviant, trying to gear it up and get through its quests. And I want to see how this kind of will do in G rank. It might be a very bad idea, but maybe it'll be entertaining. So we're going to take aerial style out with this, and we've got the Jowl Crusher, which is Zamtrios' light bowgun. Ice attack +2, ammo saver, true shot up, stuff like that. So that should help us out a fair bit. And stocked up with plenty of healing stuff because I will probably need it. Yeah, we'll start with Furious Rajang, go after that. Then we have sort of like its rival and its let them fight counterpart. So we'll just go for Temper and Weakener, get those up and good to go. And see how we do. Like, I've always written off aerial style as one of the ones where it's like more gimmick than payoff. However, its gimmick might actually help us a little bit for a lot of these monsters that we can't keep a good distance from and are very melee and up-close focused. And Furious Rajang, being as furious as it is, that might be an interesting counterpart to go up against it with. So we just gotta, there we go. Yeah, Jungle VIP Hunter Zhang. I don't know how this will go, but we'll see. The biggest thing I'm worried about is probably the pinball attack that it can use. Like, when I was using the Adept style or the Valor style, well, Adept it still had some issues with, but Valor style, we could easily negate that wholly outright. However, going with aerial style, we're not going to have that same option unless I can, like, really time the dodges for when it, like, picks up the aerial trigger just right. So we'll see how this goes, but this might actually be one of our hunts that's going to take 2 different attempts as I scrap the aerial style for something else to bring out. And one of the odd things about Generations Ultimate as a game is there's not, like, a lot of good gunner armor that is high thunder resistance. Oh, there it is. Yeah, another thing about this bow gun. Yeah, that's... okay, we managed to avoid the pinball style there. Oh. But this is probably going to be a pretty rough one. I'm going to be definitely relying on a lot of my own heals rather than waiting for the cats. Like, Furious Rajang can be a little bit of a glass cannon if you can hit the right spots. But, yeah, the aerial style, with how its dodge is, it just leaves you so open and vulnerable way too often. Doesn't help that these guys didn't want to even try use a hunt or a health horn with us. No, it uses this so often. Yeah, I probably should have took Valor style out again for this. Right after the other, it uses it again. Yeah, no, aerial is too slow for it to really be much more than a gimmick style. Yeah, that's a cart right there. I'm even abandoning the quest. If it wasn't so long for how long it takes you after you've done, like, the little loop to then be able to have an input or do something else, I would try it. But aerial's just too slow and clunky for after you get a dodge to be of further use. I am going to stick with trying out the build we have here, but I'm just going to change out the hunting style. It's where, again, Generations Ultimate basically had only use Adept or Valor, and the rest are just not worth it. It's a sad thing to say for the game, but that's literally how it became. It's kind of something where I think Monster Hunter has a problem when it does get to its later stages, is style doesn't carry enough. Or it doesn't, like, have the styles go further along to actually make them viable. And it kind of goes through with a lot of Monster Hunter in regards to, like, Rise and Sunbreak is, for some of the flash that you get from the, I guess I'll just go for that one. For some of the flash that you can get from, like, say, the wire bug or the switch... What are they even called again? The switch skills or something like that? For all the style you can get from them, some of them just completely taper off to a point where they're unusable at the high rank levels, and that for what you're going up against. But yeah, we're going to try this again. Valor is going to make a huge difference here. I just wanted to try out the aerial because I was using it on a different monster, but again, the payoff just is not enough to warrant it. So we're probably just going to stick with Valor for the rest of the series going forward. Because that'll probably keep us the safest as we go about and through everything here. I think what we'll start with is, once we get Valor mode activated, we'll probably go into the Pierce Freeze 2 and 1. Until that point, I'm hoping maybe we won't have as bad as for recoil if we're using, like, just base freeze. Yeah, there you are. Let's try this again. Yeah, already I'm remembering why I quite enjoyed having Valor. Okay, there is still a bit of a recoil we'll need to mine, but it's not too bad. Oh, Natalie, will you stop freaking out? Yeah, basically every move that Rajang makes, I'll probably want to just be ready with the Valor block behind it. And that right there is probably the biggest reason to have taken Valor mode out on this. Because it just completely negates that pinball attack that Rajang can do. I still do need to mind my health, though. Because even as we're blocking the attacks, that still is damage that does, like, come through in little bits. Oh, crap, 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 crap. Gotta be careful of that, because the little, like, lock that can happen there. Thank God for just like the little... Okay, I'm surprised I actually got hit by the Quake lock there when the slam came down, like... Oh, crud. Yeah, that little leaping lunge. It's still able to catch you off guard a fair bit. So, probably up against the majority of the roster this week is I'll be more defensive. And just be ensuring I'm not getting hit as much. Try and go more offense is not a good idea against monsters like these. Now, just going to use that, get out of there. I always have a little bit of trouble reading that dodge on, like, are we actually out of its range, or are we still in it? Ow. And it also hits like a freaking truck if it connects. Yeah, I'm actually going to use the max potion there just because I really needed the full health back. And we'll dodge over to that side of the giant boulder. Not a bad start, but we're definitely going to have to be a little more cautious going forward still with this fight. It doesn't help that I've got the... Yeah, I'm kind of hoping I can just use Rajang to take out the, this little nuisance we've got here. Sure, walk right into that, you dumb crab. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, there's at least one horn broken, so that's a fair sign we're at least getting damage in. Although it's usually the second horn break that I think takes a fair bit more to do. Now, we definitely want to be careful about getting caught by that grapple attack. Oh. Got me on the back bounce. I gotta be careful here. There we go, get that in. Okay, we should be good to keep working that Valor gauge up. And with the armor set we're using, the Nemesis, it has a very bad thunder resistance. So if we do get hit by the big beam attack, it's probably going to one-shot us, even if we're at full health. Or, I hate the pinball attack. It wouldn't be so bad if it couldn't do it once it was like in mid-air to like 180 and come back at you, but it can be such a difficult one to read. It's the reason why I kind of hate hunting Furious Rajang in G rank, is it just uses that so often. And again, gunner armor doesn't really have a great high thunder resistance set that gives you good skills. Like, you've got Kieran's set, which gives you more elemental build, which could have been something taken to here. And I think that's about all. Like, there might... I can't remember if White Fatalis has a high thunder resistance or it's a high dragon resistance on it, because I might have to look into that, but I've always found trouble trying to find a nice thunder resistance set to bring in for, like, going after something. Ah, stupid little crabs. stupid small monsters in general for GEU. This was still when they had, like, reckless abandon go after and fight you. Now I gotta try to figure out where Rajang went. I don't know if it would have gone up to the little island to the north, or would have been back over to the east where it came from. We'll try up to the little island here and then see. No, not here. No, you know what? Well, we might as well use the balloon to help us out a little bit. Okay, says it's... Oh, I know where it is. I really don't like where it is. It's in that little tiny cave section just before the nesting area for a lot of the monsters. And there's not a lot of room to work in here. Again, the stinking pinball. At least if we do manage to get it successfully triggered on one. We're pretty safe for the rest of whatever's coming through there. No, I meant to use... Yeah, I'm not even sure if I've had the cats, give me a single health horn through this yet. Because that's another point, is at G rank, they just taper off to basically be useless. They can get some healing in, but their health and defense just don't seem to keep through into G rank to make them viable to be, like, really good and proper helpers. I think I'm actually going to have to... Unless he gives me a really good opening to get some healing in. Okay, managed to sneak that. Yeah, we're definitely on the back foot. Okay, at least that'll do that. Okay, I'm actually grateful that he's moving out of the area, because this, again, pretty tight quarters to be fighting something like him in. Okay, let's go. Now, is he going to be landing here or going to go a bit further? No, he's landing right here. And barely have time to react to that. Now, is that going to be the spin? Nope, going to be try the grapple. Trying to grapple a lot there. And I'm not actually sure if Furious Rajang is able to, like, lose stamina or not. Ah, crap. Okay. Switch back to Freeze 2 to build up Valor style again. Ooh! There's a good sign. Okay, both horns are at least broken. Oh, and a topple. Okay, get off of us immediately. That's... Okay, thankfully we actually had them give us a health horn there. Yeah, it was a close call, because usually that, if they didn't have dung bombs get out of that grapple, that probably would have been another car right there. Yeah, that's Natalie. No, Natalie is still in the fight. Although, I don't think for very long with how small that health bar is for them. Yeah, it's coming our way, so we'll get out of the way of that. I just have no way of knowing, like, how much health is left on it till it starts limping. Furious goes down fighting right to the very end. Just use that, get through there. And completely miss on the point-blank shot there. Oh, shoot. Give me a nice big opening to heal. That'll do. And get the heck out of there so we don't get fried. Yeah, so at least one thing I'm quite thankful for when it does come to Furious Rajang, and even base Rajang too, is they do have like certain hard-coded moves that once they start into that sequence, you know how it'll play through all the way. Like every back leap, I think, is always followed up with the little spin move that he does afterwards. So we're almost out of... Uh-oh. Yeah, do not want to be right beside him when he's going into this, although I don't think this is like super like angry mode. I think it's when the arms do like have the red glow around them that he's in like the most enraged state that he possibly can be in. Yeah, the flip around, the little spin. Okay, block that. It's been dumb luck that's been saving me from a lot of these, pinball attacks that he uses. Because I'm surprised how many of them have not hit us. The only thing I can really kind of do is, like, bunker and turtle down and hope they don't connect. Or at least, again, try to get the first or the second one. But this is actually a really good area to be fighting him in. Nice, big, wide open. Ow. Still, doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to be safer. I'm actually... Ow. Oh, Natalie, you ran right into that. I'm surprised how little recoil the Pierce Freeze 1 actually has. Ooh. Wish I was a little closer to better capitalize that. But at least one nice thing about the elemental shot light bow guns are you don't have a critical distance to worry about for like maximizing their damage output. Ooh. Yeah, we might be in the tail end here with how often he's been like getting knocked down. I think that's... yeah, that's limping. So if we can get this next little bit more down to him, we should have him taken care of. And then for the next couple hunts forward, I'll probably be back to you... oh, okay, he's in this area. I thought he was going back to, like, Nest to heal up. Although, this actually might be where Furious Rajang does come to sleep at. Okay, pinball. Here's the one. It's always on that, like, second or third one that I would put the bowgun away, but the problem is how long it takes for Valor mode to actually sheath it. Because it could be the case, just as I lower that to put it away, it would have blocked a different hit. But we should, as long as we don't get hit by another one of those, we should be safe and have it down. Yes, we'll just top ourselves off. That might actually even give Furious a chance to go to sleep. And that'll give us a few quick, easy hits. I'm also going to take that, just to help us boost up the absolute readiness faster. For this week's hunts, I think Furious Rajang would either be the most dangerous or second most dangerous. It is, again, one of the things that's mostly doing it is because I'm using a set that has pretty poor thunder resistance. So the beams, the pinball, stuff like that does do extra to us. Yeah, he is sleeping. Okay. Let's get right up the crotch. There we go. Wasn't a lot left. Rajang and Furious are both kind of glass cannons, but they are also the point where they will really, really hit hard if they connect with you. But actually didn't do too bad. Well, I mean, the two cards aren't exactly great, but any hunt you can complete, you can say you weren't too bad at. But yeah, the big thing is our status with the, that minus 10 thunder resistance. We definitely feel that going up against like monsters like Rajang here. Thankfully, the other two hunts we'll have to go for. We don't have to worry about the thunder resistance. Fire and Dragon will be the ones. And that means Furious Rajang or King Kong's opponent is going to be Savage Devil Joe next. And that one, it's actually a little bit more of a silly fight in Generations Ultimate than it should be. just because of one specific attack it does. The attack itself can be scary with the damage it does, but just the visuals of how it winds up to it is just a little ridiculous. Yeah, we'll send everything off to the box. Actually got a fair few true armor spheres through that, so that's kind of nice. Oh, and quite the final shots there. Actually interesting, you can kind of see the, I think that's the bowgun round itself right in the middle. Now, there we go, that's all done. Up to 453 now. And I'll have to loadout swap and some changes, and then we'll be good to go after Savage Devil Joe for our next hunt. But for now, we are good to end today's episode off here with that little bit of a close shave. So thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, our G rank hunts. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all in the next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.